So I don't know what you were talking about when you said, "Oh, I have a Southern accent." You sound great.
Oh, okay.
No, you don't have a Southern accent at all.
I don't know. My daughter's from Alaska, and she's like, "Yeah, Mom, you really do."
Well, I mean, I'm from Cincinnati, so how far away are we really? We sound the same. So anyway, so I'm glad to have you on the show on Smith Radio. I'm glad to have you to be able to give your opinion and espouse your ideas, because I see a lot of the things that you post on Facebook,
right.
and I follow them, and I follow you obviously, and it's refreshing to see other just regular old Americans just like ourselves posting things about Trump.
Right.
So what gives you the inspiration to go ahead and post that stuff about Trump?
Well, I'm trying to inspire everybody that I can reach to let them know, how good he's going to be for our country, and how much I really believe in his voice, and that he is the voice for us.
Right.
So I really think that Hillary's going to be really, really horrible for our country. I'm from Arkansas, so we were, we're very familiar here with her and Bill and their scandals and their entire past, and just the way that they run things and the way they do things, and we saw it all. So
is that is that a common? I was going to say
more in Arkansas than most people across the nation do, because we were so close to it.
Right. So I was thinking, being in Arkansas, is that a standard thing that everybody basically, we know the Clintons?
Well, it's mixed, because some of the older folks still stand by their being Democrat.
Really?
You almost see the older they are, like our grandparents' ages and our parents, anybody over 60 or 70 in that age group, they're devoutly Democrat and can hardly change their mind or even talk to them about it, because they think Republicans are just the devil.
Okay, so then what about Clinton? So they're going to pull the lever for Clinton, that you think?
Yeah, I think a lot of older Americans will, at least down here. But my mom, she's in her 60s, and she's about 65, and she's not. She's for Trump. She sees it all, and she listens to me. We have discussions about it all the time, and she's totally for Trump. Most of my family is for Trump. My children are all for Trump except for one. I have one liberal daughter.
Well, we can't save them all.
Bless her heart.
Love them just the same.
She's the only one in college. She's the only one in college, so she has that environment.
She's been indoctrinated. Mm-hmm. Right.
Yes. So.
Okay, so would you say that this might be the first election in a long, long time to where your entire family actually agrees or talks about a candidate on the same level?
Probably. My children are just in their 20s, so this is really the first time that they've actually been involved in politics.
Right.
My son he's in basic training down in Fort Benning right now, and he's devoutly for Trump.
God bless.
So
awesome.
He went with me to the rally here in Little Rock. We had a wonderful time.
That's awesome. And I'm not sure if you know, myself, I served in the Air Force, and then Carrie, who's my co-host on Smith Radio, he served in the Marine Corps. So we're all about military, family life, and we understand how hard it is.
Bios, right, yeah. Yeah, he just graduated from high school this year, and I know that during his senior year, he did talk to his friends about Trump, and he stumped for Trump to all the kids his age, and he wasn't shy about it, so that was wonderful. I was proud of him.
Nice. No, that's awesome. I took my kids down to they call it Gravel Rama. It's down here in Cincinnati, where it's a big giant gravel pit, and they have a bunch of monster trucks and monster cars, and they do a lot of racing and stuff. And it was funny because I saw a handful of trucks with their back window was plastered and said Trump.
Right. That's wonderful.
I know, and I told my wife, I said, no, these are good-hearted, all American kind of guys and girls that just want to get together and have fun. The kids are safe. It's an environment where you can go and have fun. You know your kids are safe. You know you're safe. It's just, it's good to see people say hi to you. You say hi back to them. It's just a friendly environment. And
down south, down here, we're like that a lot.
Well, it's kind of a foreign thing now anymore, to where it's like you don't want to say hi to somebody. You don't want to don't look them in the eye. Don't stay. And I feel that the president now has actually caused a lot of that in the last 7 years.
Absolutely.
The dividing of us in America, and the dividing of the races, the dividing of individuals.
Yes, because he even brings up the race card when it doesn't even need to be brought up, like down in Louisiana last week.
Right. So you clearly see that. And so I guess the big thing that I'm trying to get out is that the folks who listen to us on Smith Radio, I want you to understand that there's a lot of people in America who agree with you. And when I'd like to know, how do you feel in your city and your town when you go about your everyday, business? Do you get that Trump sense? Do you get that sense that something good is coming, or do you feel the opposite, like everything really is getting ready to get flushed?
No, I'm not going to carry a negative attitude, because I truly think that as long as we all stay positive and continue to speak positively about him and share the message that he has, that it will continue to sway more and more people, especially as Hillary's scandals and her criminal stuff all comes out.
Right.
Ongoing. I believe that people will start seeing it more. I actually have my husband's, my sister-in-law and his brother. They were Democrat and totally for Hillary or whoever it happened to be, at the time before she got nominated. And just the other day, since, I post all the time, and I hope that it reaches people that I consider liberals or / Democrats in my circle, but I don't have a lot of them.
Well, if nothing else, it reinforces information to the folks who already know. And like I said, I see your post. And when I see something that I haven't seen before, I'll bring that up and I'll put that in our show prep for our show. I've used your articles for our show.
That's wonderful. Thank you. I appreciate it, because I really feel like it's almost like a job right now. That is my job to research and try to get this stuff out to people that they might not have seen before or might not know. And that's what I was getting back to is his brother and sister-in-law, she came over just the other day, and she said, I've been seeing your stuff online, and I have decided that, oh my God, I cannot vote for Hillary. Oh no, I'm for Trump now. So I have converted.
Nice.
I was very proud.
Well, good for you. No, absolutely.
So it does work. It does work. It may not work hugely, but at least if we can reach some of them.
Well, for those of you who have ever tried network marketing, go get 2 friends, and those 2 friends will get 2 friends, and those 2 friends.
Yes. Exactly. That's what I count on, because I've kind of built up my network so that, and I vet my people that I associate with online for that reason, because I see who they can reach. And so I want to get my messages out to people where they can spread it out to people. And the more, it's just like it just spreads. Okay,
let me ask you this. Were you ever in the primaries? Were you ever for Cruz or for another candidate?
No, I was not. No, I saw Cruz for the weasel that he was from the very beginning.
Okay, so it's not just me. I mean, there was something really, really
Creepy about him. Yes.
Underhanded, something just really wrong with Cruz.
Yes. I tell you, down south we have the sayings, and my mother told me when she was watching him, she said, that man's eyes are too close together. My mother always told me, don't trust anybody whose eyes are too close together. I know, but she was right.
I'm taking notes right now. I'm jotting that down. I remember that forever. If their eyes are too close together, gotta walk away. Well, good time. Okay. I know. I guess my biggest thing was that during the whole primary, the run up, I was just up in the air. Whoever the Republican nominee, whoever flushes out, will be good. Obviously, I had my favorites, and then I had the ones that I thought, no way. I'm in Ohio, and Kasich was always off the table for us in Ohio. Yeah. Kasich,
really, that's wonderful to hear, because I worried that Ohio was really, backing him.
With the problem, the onset.
Is it kind of like the Clinton thing? Like y'all are so close to him that y'all know everything?
Right. I mean, the very first debate, he said verbally, maybe I should be running for on the Democrat Party. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you should, brah, because Kasich, you're definitely Lindsey Graham, John McCain, Rhino Republican. You're definitely on the left side of all that. So there was no way we were in for Kasich, but I wanted to see how it kind of all flushed out. And I'm going to be honest with you, the very onset, the very first, when Iowa showed up and it started to come out that that Cruz did what he did for with the phone calls and the whole announcement that Ben Carson's dropping out. Right.
His shady stuff, yeah.
My knee-jerk reaction was, no, dude, you don't do that. And then I said, you've been in politics your entire life. You're doing it on purpose.
Right. It just goes to show you why everybody said they couldn't stand him.
Right, so you felt that...
In Congress.
Right. So, okay, great. So you've heard that, you've seen that, and you felt the same way then?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, we're done with the primaries. We're going, this is the general. Mm-hmm. Your knee-jerk main feeling, your reaction, and maybe even some of your friends' reactions to a lot of the news that has come out in the last 2 weeks with the WikiLeaks, with Grucifer 2.0, with the hack of the DNC, and then all of a sudden, all of this being exposed. We learned just the other day, a day or two ago on Friday, that Umma Abedin is real deep ties with the Muslim Brotherhood.
Right.
There's a lot of...
But I actually had kind of known some of that earlier than that.
Okay.
Because I'd been researching, all those ties.
Okay, so
I wasn't surprised at that at all.
Right, and I'm not surprised at it, but I'm glad that the information is out. I'm glad that Breitbart was named by Hillary Clinton public enemy number one because I love Breitbart.
Yes.
I love Breitbart. I love their news. I follow them everywhere, especially Neo. Gay conservative man. I've got nothing against anybody who's gay, straight, lesbian,
Milo?
whatever. Don't care.
Milo?
Yeah, Milo. When he was on Twitter, his handle was Nero. That's that's why I always keep remembering him like that. Mm-hmm. But if you wear your sexuality on your sleeve, I got a problem. Just keep that to yourself and let everybody just live on. And that's kind of where Milo is. He's hysterical. He's in your face. And he's as excited as the rest of us are that Hillary Clinton is aiming for Breitbart.
Right.
Head hunting for them, if you will. But
I feel like what Hillary's doing right now is basically just distraction and diffusion.
Okay. No, I can see that because I'm getting a sense that they're off kilter. This is the first time they've ever gone up against anybody with any kind of gravitas, with any kind of, I'm a racist. Let me tell you how much of a racist you are and that I'm not. And that's the first time they've been challenged. I mean, do you see the same thing?
She lost against Obama because basically the race card, that was a big downfall of hers because they had a lot of racist things that was used against Hillary and Bill.
Right.
And so they got to see how that works and how she lost due to a lot of that. And I think that they're trying to use that against Trump because they see how effective it can be.
Now, have you seen that Trump has posted on Facebook recently Barack Obama's ads from 2008 slamming Hillary as being racist?
Yes.
Have you seen those?
Yes, I posted some of those.
Okay. Well, maybe that's where I got it. Maybe that's where I got them from. Because I think that is awesome. It's the first time I've ever seen in any political realm Trump's not a politician, but he's running for the office. So, the nominee to use firepower against his opponent from their own party.
Right.
I mean, have you seen that before?
No, I haven't. There's a lot of stuff that's unprecedented with this one, with this entire election.
Now, what do you think about the whole thing with Hillary saying that every Breitbart listener, viewer, reader, subscriber, and everybody who's a part of Breitbart and Donald Trump, they all support the KKK and they're all racist?
Right. Well, my black friends would be really surprised to hear all that.
I mean, is that not amazing, her speech on Thursday?
It's painting everybody with one broad brush, and it's ridiculous. I mean, you're going to have your fringe view.
Right.
Every genre, every section that has that.
Right.
But to paint everybody with a broad brush, that's just ridiculous. It's so out there that I can't believe that liberals are just eating it up like they're being fed donuts or something.
Right. Well, and I'm not going to ask you your age, but I'm assuming you're about my age, and you've probably voted in a few elections in the past.
I have.
Is this election something unique?
This is. The exuberance that we all feel towards this is unique. I don't know that I've ever, in my lifetime, seen an election where everybody was so involved and so gung-ho and just out there for trying and doing our job. I mean, and look how many of us are out there actually doing like I am and trying to be a part of helping him get elected. We're all so involved. I don't think I've ever seen this extent of involvedness before.
Okay, let's go back. Let's rewind for those that are listening. Let's rewind and let's go back to Mitt Romney. I was involved in the Mitt Romney, the campaign. Kerry was involved in the campaign. We were out knocking doors, doing signs, things like that. And to me, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but to me, looking back, it was wishful thinking.
Okay.
And it was kind of, I was doing it because I knew we had to do something other than Obama, and we had to push for something.
Right.
And looking back, yeah, we were excited, we were fired up, but it was kind of empty. It was kind of like, I know it is what it is, but okay, whatever. We just got to get rid of Obama. What were your thoughts on Mitt Romney?
At the time, I thought he was probably a good man.
Honest, upstanding, probably not a liar.
He appeared to be, yes.
Right.
But I wasn't as involved, and I didn't do research on the candidate like I have done this time for all of them. And if I had known then what I know now, I wouldn't have felt that as well up towards him, knowing about his father and
right.
And then the way that he just threw Trump under the bus, that the big speech he gave.
Right. Well, he came out as I am 100% establishment. I am bought and paid for.
It was even worse than that. I mean, it was just unbelievable.
Right. Carrie and I went to a local foundry during that campaign, and we met with Paul Ryan, and he gave a talk in a small venue inside a steel foundry, which was awesome. It was an incredible venue, and it was.
When was this? How long ago?
Oh, this is back just before the 2012 election.
Okay.
And we were there. It was kind of like a Tea Party environment that was there, and we parked at a local fair, and then we were bussed in to this secret back entrance, and it was really weird. But now that I see how everything played out, it had to be that way. Paul Ryan came out and spoke to all of us, and we were all middle-aged, in our 30s, spoke to us as if he was one of us, as if he was the Tea Party candidate, as if Mitt Romney said, okay, I'm tapping Paul Ryan to be the VP because he's Tea Party.
Okay. Come
to find out, fast forward, Paul Ryan is bought and paid for as well. Does that not push all of us conservatives to absolutely go 100% Trump all day?
Absolutely. This is just a full rejection of everything the establishment has been standing for up till now, because we all see that they have played us for fools and just played us the whole time. It's kind of like charmers, men that are charmers. They're slick talkers. They can talk you into anything because they are so charming.
Right.
But they learn to be charming because if they didn't have that charm, they would never get anywhere. So charm is a red flag.
No, you're absolutely right. Okay, well, let me ask you this then. How do you feel about Trump's speech last week, where the mainstream media is saying, "Oh, it's an apology, it's a reset. Oh, he's fading back. Oh, there's a retooling," and he came out and softening, right? But he came out and he said, "You know what, folks? I'm sorry. I'm not a politician. I may not say things that are politically correct, but I will never lie to you."
Right.
Basically, I think he said, "I will always tell you the truth."
Right.
How did you feel about that in general?
I totally do believe that he is telling the truth when he says that. He really reaches out and he connects with normal people because he talks like we do at home. He talks like we do to our friends and our family. He's a little brash, but no candidate is going to be perfect. And his policies and what he's putting forth is so on point and so what we need that we can overlook some brashness. We can overlook a little crass, language. It just makes him more real.
I agree with you 100%, and I think that this is probably the most real candidate, if you will, that I've ever seen. In the sense that Ted Cruz was groomed as a child to be a politician. Hillary Clinton was groomed, as well as Bill Clinton groomed, as well as the Bushes groomed. I mean, this is...
Right.
You're raised in an environment like a Paris Hilton environment to become that.
Kind of like the royals over in England are raised and groomed. The ones that are in line to be kings, they are groomed to behave and learn and act a certain way and carry themselves a certain way and put forth a certain way.
Correct.
And they carry that through their whole life because that's what is expected of them. But, you know, Trump even, I mean, I don't know if you, surely I know you have, but everybody, I tend to think that everybody has seen all these things, and I'm surprised continually when people say, well, I didn't never know that, or I never, you know, I've never heard him say that. But, I mean, I watched things that his interviews from the 80s, you know, 87 and all, you know, back when he was young. And he was saying consistently back in then, same things, even when he was way before he was in anything political. He was still saying the same things, taking the same stances as he is now.
Did you post a picture of Trump with Rosa Parks? And
no, I don't think so.
Somebody did that just this afternoon. I saw it. Trump, as a young lad, if you will, had his arm around Rosa Parks and Muhammad Ali.
Right.
In a photo op, if you will. I mean, I don't know what the situation was, but the three of them were together, and apparently Trump was helping out in a situation.
Mm-hmm.
This was like 20, 30, 35 years ago.
Right.
I've
seen so many things that he's done over the decades that he never took credit for. He wasn't doing, you know, for photo ops and for publicity.
Right.
He helped so many people anonymously, you know, and so those things don't surprise me. A lot of the liberals, like my daughter and stuff like that, they have no idea of that stuff, and they don't hear it because they have surrounded themselves with only like minds. So they don't even allow in our sides of it. When we try to talk to them, when we try to show them things, they totally just dismiss it and reject it, and they don't even want to let you present it to them.
Right, and when you do show them these tidbits of information or insights into who Trump is, I've seen them. It's just like a clenching and, you know, just a locking up and running away.
Right. Or they either dismiss it as lies, as falsehoods, or they say that he did it for other reasons. You know, it's like they see conniving in him where it didn't exist.
Right. Right.
So,
what do you think? What do you think about the appearance that Hillary's health and her appearance? Finally, her public appearance on the Jimmy Kimmel show, where he handed her a jar of pickles that had no vacuum to them. Right. It didn't pop, did it?
It didn't pop. No, it was actually that was on last night again as a rerun, and my husband had not seen it yet. And as it's going through, of course, I already knew, you know, what was going to happen. And as soon as she opened it, and I said, "Oh, of course." I've gotten to the point now where I'm sitting here hollering and talking back at the TV all the time.
Right. So
like,
oh my goodness.
It didn't pop.
I didn't get that. Oh, I feel like such a fool. I didn't get that. And you're right. You are America. You are, you know, whether, I don't know if you can or if you've ever been involved in that, but that is critical to canning things, You've got to get that vacuum seal.
That's why women have you men open our doors.
Right.
Why they make the little rubber things.
Right.
We cannot open jars. We have to bang them on the edge with a spoon.
Yes.
And get a tap to pop the seal.
So Matt Drudge referred to Hillary as pickle strong because of that whole. So do you think that came off insincere and as fake as the interview she had on the Black radio show where she said she carries hot sauce in her purse?
Oh, that was I couldn't even believe that. And I wanted to say something, and I've put this out online a few times in the last few days because it came to me like a light bulb moment. The hot sauce thing.
Right.
He says, what was it? They said, what? So tell me what you carry. Tell me the one thing you carry all the time with you. And she says, hot sauce. Hot sauce? Yes, hot sauce in my purse all the time. Okay, here's a point nobody has really noticed, I think. Hillary Clinton doesn't carry a purse. Have you ever seen her in any pictures, walking anywhere at anything, carrying a purse? A woman doesn't carry a purse. See,
that's why I have you on the show. Because I did not notice. I mean, notice it just, it goes, I'm a guy. I'm a guy.
He doesn't carry a purse. And it's odd because women normally carry a purse.
Well, what about
different purses for different things.
I was reading a book about giving a talk, giving a speech, and the subtle nuances that leaders do. And they referenced the leader of Great Britain, the woman, the female, the older lady.
Now or
from back in the short older woman. It might have been the Queen. It might have been it might have been Margaret. Yeah. And she had these handbags.
Yes. Oh no, that's the Queen. The Queen carries her little handbag and she clutches it in front of her like she's a little old lady, like somebody's gonna mug her.
Okay, right. Okay. Well, they said there was a story about meeting with Parliament, and all the heads of state arrived on time in the meeting room. And in the room at the head seat was her handbag.
Okay.
And everybody arrived and literally respected the handbag.
Right.
Like, because that was her, right?
Right.
So you're telling me that it's the opposite with Clinton. There is no handbag.
Mm-mm. I've never seen her carry a purse anywhere.
Wow. And if she did, there would be hot sauce.
Why would she carry a purse? She has everybody else that can do everything for her. If she needs something, she gets it for free, or she's got her.
Right. No, you're absolutely right. I might have lost you. Have I lost you? Are you still there? Okay. All right, folks. Well, I just want to give you a heads up. I want to thank Melisza, absolutely thank Melisza from the bottom of my heart from calling in. This was an incredible conversation. Just a little bit of insight to America and what America is all about. And we're going to continue to do these calls throughout the week, throughout the month. And we're going to post these calls again and again, over and over, to let everybody know what America, just America in general, is thinking, is being. It's just, it's an incredible time to be alive, and I'm so happy that we're able to have this time. And I've got no sound. All right, folks. Have a good night now.